People who have worked out at sea, what's the creepiest thing that's happened? I remember a ghost ship being found when I lived in Marathon in the Florida Keys in the 70s. It was actually dragged into the Coast Guard base, which was about 2 blocks from where I lived. I was 7. It was completely covered in barnacles and seaweed, the kind like shag carpet that grew on piers and columns. It was creepy as hell to see, just a green slime-covered mass in the shape of a yacht or trawler. The story that came out the next few days was wild. Apparently, it was found wedged in a mangrove island after a terrible storm, where boaters swore it wasn't there the day before. When the registration numbers were located, it was determined that it was a Yacht T that had been declared lost 2 years before with a crew of 4. Bones were found in the hold, but I can't recall if it was whole skeletons or whatnot. The thing that stuck out to me was that it was declared by the Coast Guard that by the condition of the seaweed, barnacles, and overall structure, that the boat had to have been underwater for the majority of the 2 years. How a huge yacht goes missing, apparently underwater, and then ends up in a mangrove island in 7 feet of crystal clear water, having not been seen anywhere in the vicinity, seemingly overnight. Where had it been for 2 years? If it was underwater, how did it end up in shallow water overnight? The water surrounding Marathon was shallow, absolutely clear, and would show a dingy if it was underwater. Forget a yacht. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
What's the weirdest dream you had as a kid that you somehow still remember? This dream was from when I was about 3 or 4. I'm 31 now. We went as a family to some huge McDonald's, like the Will Rogers Archway. We got our food and sat down. I looked around and Dad was gone. I asked Mom and she said he'd be right back. I look around again and Mom and my older sister are gone. I panic. I run around trying to find them. I discover I can fly out of sheer frustration. I fly high up one of the interior brick walls and find a little hole. I shrink down and fly through it. I find a cave system, dark and dank. I travel through and find my family chained up, hanging from the ceiling, not moving. Some huge purple-blue hairy monster is in front of them. Its teeth are gigantic, and so are its claws. I start talking frantically, explaining that they were my family and how I was looking for them. While I'm babbling, he's chaining me up too. I can feel him carving a target in my back while I talk, but it doesn't hurt. When he's done, I woke up. I remember breaking into huge, loud sobs and my sister waking G up to hold me. One dream I remember, just from eating it on the stairs over and over, was when I worked on flying in my dreams. I'd take a jump head first off the stairs, and if I was thinking hard enough, I could pull up and soar like a plane. If I wasn't concentrating, I'd fall face first down the carpeted stairs. That dream was a good one, and on repeat for a few nights in a row. I didn't cry with that one. Another is from right before I turned 5. I woke up in the dream, so excited for my birthday. We'd planned to get my ears re-pierced. I'd hated earrings until basically that year. I put on my fave pair of purple overalls and literally flew down the stairs. I landed and ran into the kitchen, where my family was. It was a big deal that Dad was home with us because he traveled for work a lot. I got a place at the table and was telling them how I was so excited that it was my birthday. Dad calmly told me it wasn't, without looking up from the paper. I insisted. My sister said I was wrong and didn't look up from her cereal. I insisted again. Mom calmly explained how I didn't have a birthday while facing the stove, never turning. I looked around, noticed how no one was looking at me and how no one remembered it was my birthday, and realized I was in a dream. The flying really should have been the only clue I needed. I told myself to wake up, which usually worked, and nothing happened. I balled my hands up into little fists and hit the sides of my head. Nothing happened. I remember being incensed that I couldn't wake up and increasingly scared that I'd be stuck in this dream. I started slamming my head against the dinner table in the dream. None of my dream family members even budged. I kept hitting my head on the table until I opened my eyes and I was in the bottom bunk of our bunk bed. I cried then too. My sister had to reassure me that it was my birthday and no one had forgotten. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. Ladies of Reddit, what's an unexpected green flag you noticed in a guy that ended up meaning he was an amazing partner? For a long time, I thought he wasn't that into me because he didn't text me all the time or call all the time. I was used to getting texts all day night. What are you doing? Where are you at? Who are you with? Etc. No. Turns out he just figured unless it was really important, we would share what's needed when we saw each other. When I mentioned that he never asks what I'm doing or anything, he said, "If you trust someone, you don't really need to know." He said, of course, he's curious about what I get up to, but that leaves stuff for us to talk about in person. We have been together for 8 years now and are now married. As we got to know each other better, we will send random things during the day or when we are apart of it's something that we think would be interesting or funny to the other, but not with the intent of having a conversation. When I go out of town with my girlfriends, they're constantly getting calls and texts from their dudes and think it's absolutely weird that we are okay without doing all of that. He says that it's the same on his guys' trips. We have both mentioned it to each other and are both so appreciative of the ease in our relationship. I always laugh when they say, "What's my husband doing?" because I don't know. He has never given me a reason to worry, and I haven't for him. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
What are your stereotypes of stay-at-home dads? I've always seen them as super patient and happy. That's because I knew one. His wife was a CEO of some tech company. I genuinely don't remember what company. They lived in one of the upper-class neighborhoods on a lake. He loved it. The only reason he ever got a job was because his kids went to college and he got bored. He retired after only a few years because they moved to another state, to a bigger house. I think when you're expected to live up to stereotypes regardless of gender, proving people wrong can make you happy. He got a rich wife, and she got a husband who was definitely never going to ruin the relationship by cheating or not making her happy. So experiencing the opposite of what was outside the norm made me genuinely jealous of what they had. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. AITA for refusing to pay for my stepson's second wedding after I already paid for the first, which lasted 47 days. I, 43F, have been married to my husband, 46M, for over a decade. He has a son, Kyle, 24M, from a previous relationship. I've always tried to be supportive and treat him like my own, even though we've never been especially close. Last year, Kyle got married D. My husband and I both helped pay for the wedding, but I ended up covering the majority, roughly $25,000 from my personal savings. I offered because I thought it would be a meaningful gesture, and truthfully, I wanted to help him start his new life on a positive note. Well, the marriage lasted 47 days. Apparently, he and his wife weren't compatible and split over what sounded like basic communication issues. Now Kyle is engaged again. He's been with this new fiancé for about 5 months, and they're planning a destination wedding in Italy. Flights, venue, dress, everything, and yep, he's expecting us, me, to contribute. When I told my husband I wasn't comfortable spending another large chunk of my savings on a second wedding, especially after the first one ended so fast, he got upset. He said I was being cold and that Kyle is older and more mature now. He thinks I'm holding the past over Kyle's head and being unfair. To be clear, I'm not saying I won't support them at all. I just don't want to pay tens of thousands of dollars again, especially when the first time felt like throwing money down the drain. I've been careful with my finances my whole life. I saved that money over years, and I just don't feel good about doing this all over again. Now Kyle is barely speaking to me, and my in-laws are calling me selfish and money-obsessed. I don't think that's fair. AITA for saying no this time. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
My son got suspended for defending a girl being bullied, and I'm still proud and all. My son, 15, got suspended last week. I was mad at first. I mean, school suspensions aren't great on college apps. But then he told me why. A girl in his class K is quiet, wears thrifted clothes, doesn't talk much. She's been getting picked on relentlessly by a group of boys. Last Thursday, one of them dumped a milk carton on her tray in the lunchroom and laughed while she cried. My son walked up, shoved the guy, and said, "Say sorry or I'll make you." The kid laughed. My son punched him in the mouth. Principal said he broke the zero tolerance policy. I said, "That's fine, you can't punch people, but I'm still proud of you." We've been talking more about conflict resolution. He knows it's not okay to solve everything with fists, but a part of me can't help but be proud that when it counted, he stood up. Hot take? I'd rather raise a kind kid who sometimes messes up than a perfect one who turns the other way. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.
I almost died being intimate, and now I think my relationship might be doomed. I am an engaged to 31M. We have been together for 4 years and have 5 children altogether, 3 of them being ours. We had together just for context of our relationship. So a few days ago, me and my fiance were doing the deed and he accidentally slipped and put it back in. Well, when he had gone back in, he accidentally cut behind my cervix wall and I almost bleed to death. I needed to get surgery done and I needed 2 blood transfusions. I was going into shock and now I'm being told this could happen again and to either not have sex or do it very carefully. This has made me feel a little traumatized, not going to lie, and scared to do it again. And he's scared to do it with me again too. He's afraid he's going to kill me or have this happen again, which I understand why, because I am going through it too. That being said, I'm very open to doing other things. Still, I'm just wondering if anyone has ever gone through this, and how did your relationship survive? Did you open up the relationship and allow him to see other people or a couple? I don't really like the thought of him having a friends with benefit or sleeping with other people, but I don't want to have him resent me because I can't have sex now, technically. I'm scared that we might not make it out of this, and I am thinking we should definitely do couples counseling now. Any advice on this situation, or if you have been in this situation yourself and might have any insight, I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts on this. I just can't believe this is my life now. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.